Welcome to Lesson 4, Module 4. It's kind of a 4.4 kind of thing. Here's what the top of that looks like. What we're looking at today is we're using tape diagrams to be able to solve how a fraction is the same as a division problem. So this one you can see here they've got 1 divided by 4. 1, here's your whole, divided by 4. Break it into 4 equal pieces. And it looks as a fraction, 1 divided by 4. And is that true? Let's see. So if we come over here, we do it parent style, and we say 1 divided by 4. It goes in no times at all. So when you subtract, you drop down your 1. Your 1 becomes your numerator. The 4 is your denominator. Now when we check it, we're going to say 4 times that much. We could also say we're going to add them together 4 times. So your numerator gets added. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. 4 over 4, as you guys know, is 1. So now let's check out the bottom one. This one is 14 divided by 3. So we'll make a tape diagram here. We'll do it in red. And this whole thing is 14. 14. And we're going to break it into 3 equal pieces. We want to figure out how much one of those pieces is worth. So let's do the old-fashioned style division problem. 3 goes into 14 how many times? And we remember that 4 times 3 gets us 12. And when you subtract, you've got 2 left over. So 4 and 2 thirds. So if each one of these is worth 4 and 2 thirds, 4 and 2 thirds, 4 and 2 thirds, to repeat, it should equal 14, right? So here's what we're looking at in that case. We're going 4, we've got 3 of them. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. And what new denominator do we have? A 3. 3 goes into 6 twice, so we add that to our whole number. So that's 12 plus 2 gets us our 14 to kind of check it out. So we just added those together. We checked our work. Now we're going to take a look at a word problem down here. Baba the black sheep had 7 pounds of wool. And so if we do that, we say here is the wool. And what's it equal to? It's equal to 7 pounds. And we're going to separate it into 3 equal bags. We want to figure out how much wool would be in 2 of those bags. So let's start by figuring out how much would be in 1 of those bags then. And so as a fraction, it's going to look like 7 divided by 3. And when we go to do the math, we know we're dividing by 3. How much do we have? We've got 7. Goes in 2 times. 2 times 3 now gets us a 6. We find the difference. There's 1 left over. That's our numerator. Our divisor is our denominator. So that says that each one of these then is 2 1/3. 2 1/3. 2 1/3. So when we go to add these together, let's add these two because that's what it wants to know. 2 plus 2, so we can actually write it over here. 2 1/3 plus 2 1/3, and 2 plus 2 is 4. 1/3 plus 1/3, well, that's 2 thirds. And that's your answer. So 4 and 2 thirds fill 2 bags. So now let's take a look at the homework. Here is your one and only homework problem for the night. Matthew has 3 siblings, are weeding a flower bed with an area of 9 square yards. If they share the job equally, how many square yards in each bed will each child need to weed? Use a tape diagram to show your thinking. So the first thing you're going to do is make, if this is the flower bed, the whole thing is 9 yards. And then you're going to divide it between 3 siblings and figure out what each one is weeding. See you tomorrow.